Welcome to AmA Media. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see.
Now sit back, relax, and kick your feet up, but most of all enjoy. Much love.
Before we begin, if you enjoy deep symbolic thinking, hidden history, and asking questions most people skip past, please support the channel. Like this video, share it with someone who loves myth and meaning, and consider subscribing. Okay, let us begin. When we picture a witch, one image almost always appears: the pointy hat. It's so familiar that we stop questioning it. We treat it like costume. But symbols don't survive for centuries by accident. So today, let's slow down and ask a simple question that opens a much deeper door: why the pointy hat? At its most basic level, the witch's hat is a triangle pointing upward. Across cultures and time, this shape carries a very specific meaning. An upward triangle represents fire, will, ascent, and active consciousness. It is movement toward the sky, not submission to it. This matters, because witches were never portrayed as praying upward in obedience. They were portrayed as reaching, directing, and interacting with higher forces. In other words, the shape itself already signals independence. Now think of the hat as something more than a triangle. Think of it as a vertical extension of the head. Many ancient traditions understood the human being as a bridge between worlds. The body belongs to the earth, the mind reaches upward, and the crown of the head is the gateway. Tall or pointed headgear appears again and again in shamanic, priestly, and initiatory traditions for this reason. The hat turns the human into an axis mundi, a living pillar between earth and sky. Almost like an antenna. This isn't fantasy. In trance traditions, people often report pressure, heat, or opening sensations at the top of the head. The pointed hat externalizes that inner experience. It visually says, this person's perception goes beyond the ordinary. There's also a focusing effect to consider. Cones and funnels concentrate energy. That's why ritual tools, towers, spires, and even modern antennas share similar geometry. Symbolically, the cone gathers diffuse awareness and directs it upward. The witch hat, then, isn't about decoration, it's about focused intention. But here's where history complicates things. Long before witches were demonized, pointed and conical headwear was associated with status and knowledge. Medieval noblewomen wore hennons, tall cone-shaped hats. Scholars, alchemists, and initiates were often depicted with elongated headpieces. Even the Phrygian cap symbolized freedom and nonconformity. At the same time, marginalized groups, including Jewish communities, were sometimes forced to wear pointed hats by medieval authorities. Over time, the shape itself became associated with difference, outsiders, and those who do not fit. When witch hunts began, that symbolism flipped. What once signaled intellect, autonomy, or spiritual access was turned into a visual marker of danger. Notice something important here. Wizards are often depicted with tall hats and are seen as wise. Bishops wear mitres, tall, pointed ceremonial hats, and are seen as holy. But witches? Their hats become exaggerated, mocked, and turned into symbols of evil. Same vertical geometry. Very different moral judgment. This wasn't accidental. Female knowledge, intuitive authority, and spiritual autonomy had to be made to look ridiculous or threatening. Turning the hat into a caricature was part of that process. Now let's return to something you might have intuitively sensed: the diamond shape. If you imagine the triangle of the hat extending both upward and downward, you get a diamond. In symbolic language, this represents balance between above and below, spirit and matter. The witch stands at the center of that diamond, not above it, not beneath it. She doesn't escape the world. She mediates it. That's a powerful idea, and a dangerous one to centralized authority. So when you put all of this together, the pointy witch hat stops being silly. It becomes a compressed symbol carrying layers of meaning: focused consciousness, refusal to bow, connection between worlds, inherited knowledge outside institutions, and feminine power that could not be controlled. What survives today as a Halloween costume is actually a distorted echo of something far older. The witch's pointy hat isn't about fantasy. It's about memory. A memory of people who claimed access to knowledge without permission, who stood upright instead of kneeling, and who treated consciousness itself as something active, dangerous, and alive.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you come back soon. So till the next time, much love.